Hello everybody, it's Rachel at From Moments to Milestones, and we are going to put together our newest paper pad card kit. And in this particular card kit we use the Pink Fresh Studio Flower Market 6x6 paper pad, as well as the Flower Market Floral Ephemera. There's 45 pieces of floral ephemera in here, and we used a little over half of them, so you'll get to also keep the remainder of that as well. But we are going to create these 7 cards here. If you purchase a kit from us, you will get the written instructions. This is a guide for you when you open this floral ephemera. And for each card, these are the pieces you're going to pull. I did add an extra note in each kit. I forgot one flower on card number 3, so we'll talk about that when we get there. But that is listed here. And then the supplies I use to create the kits are listed in the back. So we will go ahead and get started. And the first thing we're going to do actually is I'm going to open up this, and we're going to get out our ephemera. I think it's easiest to get it all out at once and have it ready to go. So let's open this up. I'm going to slide this out of frame here for a minute, and I'm just going to get all of these pieces out, and I'm just going to spread them out so I can see what each one looks like. All right, that looks pretty good. So we're going to start with card number 1, and it shows 3 florals. So we're going to have a rose, a blue rose like so, a bunch with 3 flowers, which is this one here, and a tiny orange one. Okay, so these are the 3 you need for card number 1. And what I'm going to do is I have my card kits right here. I'm just going to, where does it open? Right here. I'm just going to open them up and tuck them inside so we'll be ready to go. So your next card kit should look like this. You are wonderful, and we just need 1 single flower, which is going to look like this. So I'm going to put that one in. Our next one looks like this, and this is the one that I have the note on. So what we need is this pink flower. Then you have a bunch with three roses, pink, yellow, and blue. And then you have this little bunch here that has 5 small flowers in it. Now the one that's not pictured there is going to be this yellow rose with 3 leaves. And what we're going to do, we're just going to use the leaves. We're going to cut it off, but I'm going to go ahead and tuck them in there as well into that kit. Card number 4 has the envelope. And so you're going to need this yellow spray, the large green leaves, let's see, orange flowers, the 2 pink, these kind of remind me of petunias, 2 pink petunias. Then we have a blue spray of flowers here like so, and we also should have, let's see, where is it, pink flower with a bunch of smaller pink flowers with it. So that one, and a single small blue flower. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. All right, hope I'm on screen. Okay, I'm going to tuck those in. All right, card number 5, it has this striped paper in it, and we are going to need this, probably the largest bunch in the whole mix. You have a bunch with a large blue rose and an orange spray of flowers there. So we're going to put those together there. And then you have this card here. There's always a reason to celebrate with the gray. And so we're going to pull all the yellow daisy looking flowers. So there's 3 of those. And then you need the blue bunch. And then there's 1 more. 2 more. 2 pink flowers. So you're going to have one that has these little orange flowers with it. And another pink one with pink flowers with it. Oops. So that is this card. And the final card, number 7. You have 2 that are, this one's in like a vase and this one looks like a potted plant. So we just need those 2. And the rest of these, whoops, this one goes with something. I already know. It goes with card number 6. I forgot one. Maybe you caught that. All right. The rest of these I'm going to put back into my ephemera pack, and we can use them with the remainder of your paper pad if you wish. So let's go ahead and get started. So our first card is going to be this thanks card. It's in the kit. All right. So before we put this on our panel, let's grab our, you have a long sentiment, gold embossed sentiment on vellum. We are going to put that at the bottom, about 1/2 inch from the bottom, wherever you want it, center it, and then we're just going to wrap it around the back and secure it however you want. I'm actually just going to use some office tape and secure it. You could use wet glue, whatever you want, but you just need to secure it to the back like so, and then you can glue that onto your card base. You're going to have a very thin white border. All right, and then you have this piece here. It's actually 2 frames, but one nests inside the other, and we are going to glue the vellum to the back of that and trim off the excess. Lay my vellum over it. And then I'm just going to take scissors and trim off the part that's showing. All right. So now you have that. And we are going to put that up here at the top of our card, but I'm going to use some foam on the back. So I'm going to pull off the backing just so that my foam will kind of bend the way I want it. You could certainly use foam squares or dots, whatever you got. Or you can glue it straight on if you don't want to use foam. Alright, so I got that. I'm going to tuck that, center it about 1/2 inch down from the bottom. Okay. And then we've got our 3 florals. Now on this large blue flower, I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut off this bottom leaf because nobody's going to see it anyway, and I felt like this flower needed it over here. So that's where that leaf comes from. So this guy's going to go over here, and I did not pop any of them up. I have them like that, and then this little orange one kind of covers that hole right there, like so. Okay, so when you get them the way you want them, I'm just gonna go in with my glue on the frame and get it down. there's that one. And then I'm going to go back in and I will add foam under these leaves. Okay. There we go. And then this last one here, I'm going to get out some foam squares. And peel off the backing. And I'm just going to slide it under there. Okay, so I've got those on. I'm going to add that last. Remember how much of that hangs off? Yeah, we need some foam on him. I'm just going to tuck it right in there. Perfect. And then we have the word thanks. I pop mine up. You could certainly lay it flat and tuck it in there. I'm going to go ahead and put some foam on the back. Alright, I'm just going to tuck that, and it might slightly overlap, and I'm okay with that. Okay, and then I'm going to finish this off with these. We have some gems here. These are Pink Fresh gems. I think they're called champagne gold, sparkling champagne. Maybe that's what it is. But I'm going to put down the glue. Got 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. And I need a tiny one. Of course, I put my biggest. Well, let me get my jewel picker. That might be easier. And then a medium one. And a large one. And then I've got 2 over here. All right, and finishing touch I did on mine. I'm not going to do it here. I actually don't have the glitter here at my desk, but if you can see, I went in with my clear liquid glue and just highlighted the centers of each flower and added some gold glitter. So you could do without it, but I do think it adds a nice touch. So that card is finished. Okay, our next card is You Are Wonderful. So we are going to start by putting down this yellow floral paper. And just centered on there. Nobody's going to see it. If it's not, we're going to cover it up with the frame. And then I'm going to put foam on my frame. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm going to pop mine up. If you do pop up your frame, you're going to also need to pop up the word wonderful as well. So all right, and make sure my card is opening the right way. Not that there's a right side up at this point. I'm going to put the frame on. So there that is. And then you should have a white wonderful shadow and a blue blue wonderful word. And so I'm going to glue the blue to the white. Just center it on there. Go. And then I'm going to put some foam on that, and it's going to stretch across. If you didn't want to put foam, I suppose you could tuck it in, but then it can kind of cover it up, so it's up to you. But I'm going to put foam on the back. All right, I've got the backing off of all my foam, so I've kind of got it in the lower third here. I don't know, that's about an inch, inch and a half. It's up to you. Grab it this way and just stretch it across, like so. Now I put foam someplace I didn't need it. Let me take that off. So you want to be careful on your L that you don't have it where it's actually going to overlap. Let's see if I can get it where I need it instead. There we go. All right. And glue that down so it doesn't go anywhere or get caught on anything. And then we have, you should just have this one single flower. And that just kind of gets tucked right in like so. So I might even lift this up while I tuck it in the way I want it. And then it actually needs some foam on it as well. If I have a big foam square, would be perfect. And then glue it to the frame. Okay. All right, so there's that. And then you have the little sentiment that says you are. So it says you are wonderful. And I'm just going to glue that straight on there. Just at the bottom of that flower. All right, and then you can certainly tuck in foam, like it might be a good idea to have some there. It's going to take a little piece. Tuck it in there. Keep that standing up. And then we're going to finish. We got some gems. So I have 3 under here. 1, 2, 3. And I've got 1, 2 there. Oops. Big one. Medium. Small. Go. And that card is finished. Okay, our next card is hello, sending you flowers. And let's go ahead and start. Let's just put down our white panel. My card's a little crooked. Fix that real quick. Going to rescore that. There we go. And then that piece fits perfect on there, so just use some wet glue. All right. Okay, that piece is on, so pretty. Then you have a vellum shadow in a pink hello die cut. Now the shadow kind of gets lost, so you could omit the shadow if you want, but I am going to glue the pink to the shadow first. right. And so now we are going to bunch up our flowers here together. So on this yellow flower, you remember I told you that we are not going to use the flower, but just the leaves. So I'm going to cut away the leaves, and then I'm going to put this back in my die cut pack to use another time. And then the leaves, I left 2 together and I cut 1 apart. So leave those like so. And then we're going to arrange, because you can see this is actually a stemmed flower and these are a bunch. So by adding these other leaves, it makes it look more like the bunch. So we've got one down here like so. And the flowers coming out, and then this is going to come in there like so. So one little thing I like to do, actually I'm going to go ahead and glue these since they're not together, kind of where I want it. There we go. And this other one is going to go in there. So, okay. So what I'm going to do is get it where I want it. If you're like me, obviously I could fiddle with it all day. Get that in there. Alright, so when I am happy with the placement, I am going to get some, press and seal works here. I'm actually just going to use some Post-it tape that I have. And I'm just going to grab them all at once so they all stay together, and then I'm going to put some foam on the back. I wanted them to all be popped up, but at the same depth. Like I didn't want multiple layers. Alright, and then I will trim one down for these couple leaves here. This one. Alright, and so then I can stick that right back down. Let me take off the backing. And then I'm going to put it where I want it. It is about right in there. And then I can take that off and everything's right where I want it. Now we're going to tuck the hello in here, and that is just going to get glued straight down in the sending you flowers. I'm going to kind of see where that. And I'm going to try to hide the glue behind the pink, but it is kind of hidden, so you're not really going to see it. So the hello, down. And then I did put some foam on the back of the sentiment strip. And I'm going to try to not put foam where that hello comes down, because then it'll make it kind of bumpy. So I'm just going to mark that. So I have foam on the back of the Sending You Flowers. Line it up where I want it, stick it down. Make sure it's straight. Okay, perfect. All right, so then you have some green gems here, and we're going to place those around. So I've got a couple here. All right, and that card is completed. All right, our next card, this sweet little envelope. I just love that. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is put down this white panel with the embossed edges. I go straight down. All right, and then we're going to put down this multicolored paper, and that is going to go right in the center. And then we're going to take our envelope, and I'm only going to put foam on the bottom and then around the top. Because I want it opens, it has a slit in it, and I want to be able to tuck flowers inside. So that way, by not having any in here, we can tuck things in. So pull off that backing and put my envelope down like so. And so now we can tuck stuff in there very easily. So we're going to get out our flowers here and start tucking away. Now some of them have little white centers that aren't poked out. I'm just doing that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is use some tape runner so it's not so permanent like and then I can go in and add glue, wet glue, when I got them right where I want them. And then I will say, on this blue flower here, I did just go in and cut away those florals, and I used them right there on that flower. So I'm just gonna, so you end up with that piece there and this piece. So let me put the glue on the back of that. All right, so this green piece we're gonna start first, and I kind of got it hanging out like so. And this pink flower as well. Okay, we have the orange. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut away this flower from the leaf so I can tuck it in like so. All right. Let's see, the yellow is here. Pull this. See, now I don't like where that is, so I can just pull it up and kind of move it a little bit easily without ripping anything. And then the blue is going to go in behind the yellow. So we have a blue flower here. Whoops. And then this guy and these flowers. I like the way I cut that. There we go. Alright, so I have all my flowers kind of there, so I can go back in with wet glue and secure it, but I'm also going to go in with some small foam squares. So I just want to show you the difference here. So this is them all glued down flat, and you can see all the different flowers, but when you add foam behind some of them, it creates some more dimension, and it doesn't look like you just laid a bunch of flower die cuts flat on each other. So I'm just going to go in and pop some up here and there. here, I need one where it's hanging off. And I'm going to put one on this. And I did not secure that. Alright, so that gives, and then these that are hanging off, they're probably going to need some foam as well. If I can find some. This one I'm going to put 2 pieces on because I want it to stick up a little bit further than that one. All right, I am happy with that. Now we're going to take the thanks, and that is going to hang over here. It's going to kind of hang off the envelope, so you're going to need to add foam to the one side of it. And then I'm going to need to add some wet glue to the other side so it sticks to the envelope. I'm going to put that right there. Perfect. And then the sending you flowers is going to be the same way. So I need some foam off to that side of it. Alright, so that card is finished, other than, oh, we have some gems here. So 3 gems. I have 2 here, 1 here, and 1 up there. Alright. A little sparkle, and if you want to add a little more sparkle, you can see on my sentiment I chose the centers of the flowers and just some random spots on that yellow spray to add some shimmer and shine to the card. So that card is complete. Alright, our next card is Friends, So Happy For You. And we're going to start with this white embossed panel, and we're just going to lay that onto the white card base. Alright, and then you have 2 stripe papers. And the largest one's the thickest one at the top, or at the bottom, and the thinnest one at the top. And then for the flowers, so this large spray is we're kind of gonna line up and cover that seam. So this one's gonna go here. So I kind of arranged them so that they spread across, and then this one gets tucked in the back. And this one goes flat, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that one down. right, and then these two will get foam. All right, so that one's gonna go. Oh, I didn't take off the back. I wondered why that one wouldn't stick. Jeez. Okay. It helps if you peel off the backing. Perfect. All right, so there's the flowers. And then let's see, we have the friend and so happy for you, and I just glued those straight down. So the friend and then the so happy for you. Alright, and we're going to finish this card with some these water droplets. I'm going to use this. Large one there. And let's see, we have one here. And I think I may, well, I have them here, but just the spacing is a little different on this one, so I think I'm going to put them over here. So don't be afraid to make it fit your card. All right. Same thing on this card. I added gold glitter just to the orange, the smaller orange and pink flowers on this card. You could add some to the orange too if you wanted, or you could just leave it. That card is finished. All right, our next card, there's always a reason to celebrate. So let's start with the paper. Card's opening the right way. We're going to put down this pretty floral. I did say in class if you would rather have more of the yellow to pull out those yellow flowers, you could do that as well. I'm going to stick with the floral this time. This card is also not folded very well. So if you get them like that, you can just match them up and then pull that, and that will straighten them out. And then you have this gray floral paper. And that is going to go down centered. And then this gray polka dot. And this is going to go on the left side of that gray floral. And then we're going to take our flowers and arrange them along this seam here. So I'm gonna do that same thing again, except for I did pop up the two pink flowers, so I won't put adhesive on those. So this one is gonna start right in there. Then you have this one with the 3. tuck that kind of behind. Let's see, we have this one is going to go in and kind of fill up that spot. This one, and then this little guy is going to go in there and fill up that spot. Okay. All right, let me put foam on that. And so that's kind of the beauty of using that tape runner. Oops, I forgot about this little blue flower. So that one is kind of coming out. Let's see. I've got it kind of wrapping like so. And then these are kind of and sometimes it just doesn't come out the way it looks, so there. All right, so there's our flower spray, and then you have the sentiment. There's always a reason to celebrate, and you have a gray one and a yellow one. And so what you're going to do on the yellow one is just come in right here and cut around the L. So we're going to throw away that part, and you're just, and this doesn't have to be perfect because it's going right on where it was, so you're not even going to be able to tell. So I might trim a little bit of it away right here. Okay, and then we're going to glue this over the gray, so let me do that. And now you have a two-colored sentiment. And then I'm going to put foam on the back of that. Alright, I'm going to pick up my sentiment, and it kind of nests right in there in that little empty spot. Perfect. And then we're going to finish off. We have these yellow gems. So I've got a couple here. I got a little crazy with that glue, so I'm going to pick some of that up. All right, this card, much like the others, I added Prisma glitter to the centers of all the flowers, and then added some dots around on that blue spray. That card is finished. We have one more card. Thank you, people like you add color and warmth to life. So let's start and add this panel. And then this panel I popped up. All right, I've removed the backing. Make sure my thank you is going on the card the right way. And I'm just going to center this white panel on like so. Okay. Then you have this, it's pink florals, and It also has the embossed line, so that's going to go right at the bottom of that white rectangle. Kind of a place for our flowers to sit. So you've got 2 pots. So this one I actually glued down flat. That on, and then this one I popped up. And it's just going to go down slightly lower than other one. All right, and then this could be optional if you just wanted to say thank you and you don't want this at the bottom. You could totally omit it. Otherwise, you're going to want to just line up those lines and glue that on. I think on this one, I'm going to leave it off so you can see the difference. And then I'm realizing that inside my bag, I have left my little flower heart, or flower pink heart. And I'm just going to put some glue right here and put that heart on. Perfect. Now on this card, I put some glitter in the center of those flowers, and I also added a glitter pin to the vases and the flower pot. So here I have a Lawn Fawn glitter pen, and I'm just going to go in and make sure it's started here. And just color in where I want the glitter. All right. And that card is finished. That completes our video for today. I hope you enjoyed this card kit. If you are interested in purchasing a card kit, you can find us at FromMomentsToMilestones.com and look for our paper pad card kits there. This is the Pink Fresh Flower Market. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.